Any time that I have hard times or go into a dark spot, I certainly go hunting. For me, in the sense with depression, going to the place where you don't have all of those issues is a great way to get some clarity from that dark space. I was definitely always afraid to seek professional help. Never ever wanted to put my firearms licence in jeopardy because someone thought that I was in a dark space and that I shouldn't have firearms when, you know, hunting's mainly the one thing that pulled me out of a dark place.
Right there.
Me when I was younger with a gun I'd either got for Christmas or a birthday. My earliest memory of hunting would have to be probably one of the first hunting trips I ever did with my grandfather. Trapping possums, certainly one of my memories I haven't forgotten. The taxidermy here brought me to Pleasant Point. It's one of those small rural communities that hasn't gone PC. From driving around with an animal on the roof rack of a vehicle, it's very normalised, and get into Christchurch and people pulling the finger at you and abusing you out the window. It was a completely different vibe. I could never live in the city. Okay, so this is the wet area where I do all of my skinning and salting. Essentially, the salt draws all the moisture out of the skin and locks in the hair follicles. Hunting for me, it's more than just a hobby, it's more or less my way of life. My work evolves around hunting. I generally live off the meat that I hunt. So this is the chiller where all my meat ends up after a hunt. It is pretty cool to not have to rely on the supermarket to provide my food. The social aspect is also another great thing there, you know. If you're in dark times, to reach out to a mate that you hunt with and say, look, we need to go for a hunt. Things are tough. For me, I think depression is where you're stuck in a hole where, you know, nothing's going your way, nothing's going right. It's always a worry that they're gonna just randomly turn up one day and say, no, you're not fit no more, and take my firearms. It's always something that's in the back of your mind. To not be able to go hunting with your friends because they're going hunting with firearms, I mean, that certainly wouldn't help my mental state at all. So we're off to Ribbonwood Station. So we're going to start off looking for a nice deer for the freezer.
Somebody looking straight at us to our right, both.
So yeah, they're both looking at us laying down. There's 4.
The horns?
Yep. There's a big bitch in there.
From the little things of walking up a mountain, from different rock formations to snow to the different flowers you can see, there's no other issues out there. It's just you and whoever you're with in the nature.
If a firearm and/or licence is taken off prematurely, their reasons for getting out and bettering themselves has been snatched away. It feels like a loss of control over their own well-being, over their own life. So I think the biggest barrier here is stories that people are hearing, people getting guns taken away for almost nothing. That is what they hear and that is what they believe. So that is what is in the way. People that don't even have a licence aren't getting help because of the day that they do eventually apply, that they are fearful that this will be a black mark on their name. It's experiences and positive stories that will need to trickle through communities for people to trust that they will be okay.
The fear for licence revocations around mental health reasons, I don't think it is justified. We deal with everything on a case-by-case basis. We would really encourage licence holders to seek help from a health professional if they are struggling. Only about 0.4% of firearms licence holders may find themselves in the position of having their licence revoked, and a really small proportion of those are for health reasons.
This is my workshop. Come on through. Where the fuck do we start? These are the foam mannequins that start out the shape of the mount and get them all fully set up with their antlers, which are over there. Yeah, some people, they find taxidermy a bit freaky. I always liked playing with little skins and stuff when I was growing up as a kid. You know, being able to more or less bring the animal back to life and give it expression is a pretty cool thing to be able to do.
Stop. Right there. Perfect. Yeah, he's hit. Front shoulder.
So I've just taken a shot over across the gully here on a red spiker. There it is there.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's baby.
Prime condition.
I don't feel upset about killing the animal because I know why I've harvested the animal and what I plan to do with the animal. Those people that have the perception that hunting's bad and it's cruel to the animals, they've most likely never been hunting. If hunters stopped hunting, the population of animals would grow very quickly, which will cause, you know, Doc to seek and destroy and shoot everything and leave it, and then it's wasted. There's no utilisation out of any of that.
So this is one of the more challenging parts of getting your meat off the hill. Being able to put your body weight on your back and walk out of somewhere is a pretty rewarding feeling. There's a lot of mountains I have walked up I wouldn't have walked up if I wasn't out there hunting.
I'll hunt till I can't walk. I'll hunt until it's not an option to hunt no more. When it becomes too hard to walk the hills, then I'll find an easier option of hunting. Until there is no option.